Honestly, I thought I was losing my mind. I'm 51 now, but a few years ago, I found myself sitting in my kitchen in the early hours, staring at a Google search result for early onset dementia symptoms. I wasn't just tired, I was dimming. The world was starting to blur at the edges. Things that used to be easy, like concentrating in a meeting, remembering a shopping list, or even just staying awake past 7 p.m, had become a mountain to climb. And being a middle-aged British working-class man, I didn't think, I'm just a bit stressed. I jumped straight to the most terrifying conclusion possible. I thought, this is it. The lights are going out. I'm a middle-aged man and I'm losing my brain. I'd walk into a room and the reason I went there would simply disappear. Sometimes I'd be in a work meeting, I'd look at a colleague and realise I have no idea what you've been saying for the last 10 minutes, mate. That fog, as I started to call it, it felt like a thick blanket that was muffling my brain. And I was making catastrophic financial decisions. I was hemorrhaging money, nearly £100,000 worth of debt, and I couldn't explain why really. When you're 50 and your life is falling apart like that, you don't think neurodiversity, you think nursing home. But looking back, the signs were everywhere. And here is what my undiagnosed ADHD looked like in the wild. Firstly, time blindness. Sometimes I had no concept of time. Deadline felt like something that happened to other people. 2. The Bermuda Triangle. My wallet, phone and glasses lived in a permanent state of uncertainty. And 3. The energy crash. Using 90% of my energy just to survive the first hour of work. I thought these were character flaws. I thought I was lazy, or just starting to fail at being an adult. Every day I'd go to work and play the part. I'd come home, sometimes it got too much, and I'd sit on the edge of the bed, sob like a child. I think the shame was the heaviest part. The shame of the debt, and the shame of the fog, and the certainty that the world was about to find out that I was a fraud or a failure. It couldn't go on. Something had to break, and eventually it did. The reason I never got diagnosed as a child in the 80s is because I wasn't the kid bouncing off the walls. I have what they call predominantly inattentive ADHD. It's the quiet version. My hyperactivity wasn't in my legs, it was in my head, spinning 10,000 thoughts a second, but unable to settle on just one of them. Some people might call it daydreaming. I was the child whose school report always said could do a lot better if he just applied himself. But it wasn't until I was in my late 40s that I realised that it may be something else. I'd never considered ADHD, but I heard a couple of things on the radio about it, about how people like me had been diagnosed in later life, and it gave them the answers, so I checked it out. In the next video, I will tell you about the moment I was told about my ADHD, and how it felt when the doctor said, "I'm surprised you've been able to function effectively. Go and put the kettle on, go outside, look up and breathe. Always remember to take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one."